Hey, you, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a very, very long time since I've been on here. Um, Unfortunately, I lost my mother November 13th. I didn't even know how I was going to pick the camera back up and just continue at this thing that I said I was going to use as a journal to kind of make me feel better about myself and the worthy experience and all of those great things after losing my mom. I am an only child with my mom, so this has been very, very, very hard for me. Um, I just felt like I had to stay strong for my two kids. I had to stay strong for everybody around me. And I'm not going to lie, I don't even feel like I've grieved wholeheartedly yet. Um, Anytime anything comes up, I just shake it off like, "Whew, I got to be strong. I got to keep going because I know that's what she would want me to do." But I will say that I learned a few things in this process. And as always, I try to limit it to five things I've learned, right? So, five things that I realized after losing my mom. Um, One is no one really cares. No one really cares except for the people that are closest to your heart. Um, when you lose somebody close to you, you find out that a lot of times it becomes about the gain for others, and deaths and weddings can bring out the worst in people. And it's just been an eye opener of how you are just reduced to things and gains after this life. So I can't say no one really cares completely. I'm saying like a lot of times people show them their true selves. Let's just say that. So let me change the wording of number one. People show their true selves during this process in a good way and a bad way, because with me being an only child, I am definitely blessed and grateful that I have a good sister circle. I have friends that showed up for me like no other. I have sisters that showed up for me from my dad's side of the family. So I definitely have an amazing support system, and that has really been my crutch throughout this process. I don't think I could have made it through the first week without those friends. If I ever doubted that I had true friends, this has shown me that I do have a great circle. Um, but it also has shown me that people want what they want when they want it, no matter how you're feeling. So there's a good side. People show you who they are in a good or bad way. So I'll say that's the first thing that I learned. The second thing that I learned are things are just things. Have your affairs in order. It is tough to have conversations with the people that you love the most, that want to have you around forever, such as your children, just your spouse, your partner, anybody close to you. It's tough to have those conversations and say, hey, this is what I want. This is what I want my final time on this earth to look like. This is what I want my services to be, or I don't want services. I want cremation, or I want burial. Where are your things? Is your insurance located? Is everything in order? Do you have your beneficiary set up correctly? Do you have a beneficiary on your bank account? Like, have your affairs in order. I lost my mom very abruptly. Vibrant, beautiful, lovely woman. Never would have thought that this would be it for her this year. And we just didn't know. I tried to honor her the best way that I can. I tried to think about what I really thought she would want. Her favorite color was purple. I've been kind of wearing that a lot more. And I just tried to plan things the best that I could and make sure that I honored her in the process. And finding her affairs and just figuring it all out, still figuring it all out 3 weeks later. It's tough. So as tough as it may be to have those conversations, um, and as tough as it is to tell your loved ones and talk about death, which is inevitable for all of us, it is so important because you just never know. You just never know. And I learned that the hard way. So tough conversations have to be had. And these things that you accumulate during this time on this earth, they're just things. Watching myself, my daughter, and others just go through my mom's things that meant a lot to her, but it's like those are really just things. They're just things. Um, and I just wish and that she had things a little bit more in order, but she had them in order enough for me to get the job done. So well done, Mom. I found it. um, the other thing is, man, people will make these moments all about them, what they need, how they need, and not even think about how this is going to impact the rest of your life. Um, Again, I am my mom's only child, and I am the person that felt her heartbeat from the inside. And hmm, to get calls about certain things and to expect your mindset to be on the affairs of others and what needs to be done within a week of your mom's passing or 2 weeks of your mom's passing is crazy work. Um, and because of my heart, I am going to do the right things and I'm always going to do what my mom will want me to do, but it is difficult to navigate in rooms where people are like, can you get to the affairs so that we can take care of this? So that's why I said I don't think I've fully grieved because I haven't had time to. It's like, what's next? How are we going to make sure these bills are good for her spouse? How are we going to make sure that he's well and he's taken care of? No worries about how you're feeling. No worries about you just lost your lifeline. Um, what can you do to help us help him? And it's just like, wow. Wow. You really realize that this life is about everybody's individual needs. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. The fourth thing that I learned was the noise. When the noise stops and you have to deal with life, how do you deal with it? And I have a hard time with that. When the visits stop and the how are you feeling stop and the noise really settles and now you're left with this is the rest of your life. What do you do? I feel guilty for laughing in moments. I feel guilty for thinking about um what's next for me. I just feel bad sometimes because it's like, how do I go on living life as if this person is still there? And how am I laughing? How am I smiling? How am I entertaining? And it's like you find yourself, or for me, I find myself sometimes just sitting in the chair when all of the noise is over and just thinking, how do I move forward without feeling sad? or empty or incomplete, um, because the support system is there, absolutely, but you start to be alone in your thoughts, and it's not the top of their minds because they have not lost that piece of them that makes up a part of their being. I was going to say soul, but their being. And it's like, how do you navigate in those moments when the noise stops? And I'm still trying to figure that out. I am still trying to figure out how to get back into the word and the Bible and Bible study and watching daily scriptures and stuff like that on YouTube, and just daily motivation that supports scriptures and things like that, because in my alone moments it's like, God, why, you know? And as much as we're not supposed to um question God, you do question him, because it's almost like the good leave us so soon, but the people that spew bad, they just get chance after chance after chance, and you find yourself retreating. But I'm trying to crawl and work my way back to where I was, because I was starting this journey with God and my walk and all of that, and I was getting stronger. And I'm not going to say my faith has changed or anything like that, but I am in a quiet space now that the noise has subsided. I'm in a quiet space, and I'm just trying to figure out how to move forward. And I'm going to take a step back to people looking at it from a beneficial standpoint. Your lifeline has been taken from you, and I can't even say taken, but your lifeline is no longer here. And it just is amazing how people are just like, me, me, Whew. But the noise does settle, and the visits stop, and the question of how you're feeling goes away, and people laugh and they move on with their life. And you have to learn how to navigate um, with that piece of you missing. And the only thing I could say is talk out loud to that person, journal, and just try to hold on to all of the good moments and the lessons, the affirmations, and the things that that person gave you, because um I'm going to say maybe 2 weeks before, 2 or 3 weeks before my mom passed, I posted something that I had done poetic wise. And she commented on there like, you are strong and you have the ability to be whom and whoever you want to be. And those were her last that was her last time posting under my post. But even in that moment, she was encouraging me. So when the noise subsides, I am holding on to those words and all of the encouraging words that I received, and just knowing that God let me borrow an amazing soul, and I am going to make her proud. And just picking up this camera and still journaling through my emotions and what I'm going through is part of making her proud. This platform is actually was part of a healing process for her and I, because we had our difficulties, but I was always afraid of hurting her feelings and never really told her how I felt about some things. And she watched one of my videos and called me and asked me about how I felt about some things with her. And we talked, and that was this year. We talked about it and we got it out and we mended it. And I'm so grateful. So I can't put this platform down. Even if I only post once a month, twice a month, I can't put it down, because I'm grateful that I decided to journal my thoughts and my feelings through video and post them in hopes that they will help someone else. Because had I not done that, I would have let fear block me from having that conversation with my mom. I'm so happy that I was able to have that conversation before she left here. And so I would say if there is something that you're holding on to with a friend, family member, parent, anyone, have that conversation if it's important to you to salvage that relationship. Have it because you just don't know. You don't know. I literally just had a conversation with my mom Sunday, Monday, and then Wednesday she was gone. She was gone. So grateful that we mended things better this year. We had a lot of moments together this year, and I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for those things, and I'm trying to hold on to those things. And yeah, the fifth thing I would say is to create memories. So that kind of like aligns with what I just left with about how I'm grateful for this year. And I'm grateful that we were able to talk and get through things and we created memories this year. And I am so grateful for that. I am so grateful for all of those pictures she kept. She hoarded pictures. I'm talking about the kind you still have to print out. Found so many pictures and it made me realize like wow, we really did have moments. We really did have moments and I can forever hold on to that. Memories are so much more important than things. Memories are so much more important than hurt feelings. Memories are so, so, so important. So live in the moment, put the phones down, stop scrolling for a minute and have a conversation. Pick up the phone and call your parent, pick up the phone and call your sibling or call your partner throughout the day and say, hey, I was just thinking about you because anything can happen in any moment. So live in the moment. Live in the moment. That is the biggest thing that I would take away. You have to live in the moment. You have to live in the moment. And the second biggest thing out of that list of things I said is have your affairs in order. Have the tough conversations. It's so important. It's so important. So this was probably all over the place. I don't even know if I gave a solid list. I just know I am going to still get on this platform when I can because it saved our relationship. So that is it. Before I keep choking up, um, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back soon. Give me a little grace. Bye.